Hello there and welcome to Tech Vibes. I'm Michelle Sklar. We're here at 48 Hours in the Valley. We're having the opportunity to speak with C100 members here, and we're here with Chris Albinson of Panorama Capital. Thank you so much for joining us.
Really excited to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Go Giants.
Go Giants, absolutely. That's baseball. Kidding.
Game one.
Okay, so let's talk about Panorama Capital. What's that all about?
Startup number 5 for me. I did 4 startups before that, and it's a venture firm based in Menlo Park in California, a little over $250 million and investing in tech and life sciences.
So it was interesting when we came to your office, earlier today, and we were sort of going along. I guess the name of the street there is Sandhill.
Sandhill Road.
Sandhill Road. So that strip of real estate in this part of the world has got a lot of value to it. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, there's a lot of history around the venture industry, and along that road, companies like Intel were founded and started, and Google and Yahoo and Microsoft, and it's all right there. So that's really the heart of it. So there's some mystique around it, and some really kitschy, interesting restaurants where some companies were started, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are happening with this particular event and the C100 and why you and Panorama Capital have got behind it.
So C100 was really started with my co-founder Anthony Lee from Altos Ventures through a conversation a year ago, August, when we said, hey, the Indian community in Silicon Valley has really gotten together and supported their entrepreneurs and building some great companies, and the Israelis are doing the same thing. And there's 300,000 Canadians in Silicon Valley, and people just don't realize that. And we've never got everyone together and said, let's help each other out, make a great community of it, and then reach back to the entrepreneurs in Canada and really help them out. And that's really all it is. So we're excited about it, and I think it's going great.
Right. One of the things we've actually been talking about with people today is the importance of recycling Canadians through the Valley and back through Canada, because we certainly see a lot of fantastic talent in Canada, and we've seen a lot of really great Canadian success stories in Canada. But there's clearly something about this community here, both from a financial perspective as well as a talent perspective, that really seems to be adding a vital component to the success of tech companies. So maybe you can speak to that a little bit.
Well, I mean, Silicon Valley is this weird thing in the universe. It's kind of like the mecca of tech, and whether or not you're from China or India or France or Canada, people are flowing through here all the time. So it's really about information and knowledge and experience. And so it flows through here like no other place on the planet. And if you can tap into that, you can really help your company grow faster and be smarter about what your competition is doing and what your market is. And so what we're really trying to do with C100 is take that knowledge base and work on what we call brain flow and make sure that the Canadian entrepreneurs get attached to it and they kind of get to take advantage of it, I guess.
Right. Now, there's a couple of Canadian companies that you've got involved in. Maybe you'd like to talk to us about that. 2
of my favorite Canadian entrepreneurs, Bernard Hershkovich, in the 613 back in my hood, Kingston, Ontario. Company's based in Ottawa. It is the world leader in carrier class Wi-Fi. They are kicking ass, largest market share. Great company. And then my other favorite company and favorite entrepreneur back in your home city, Calgary.
403.
Yes, girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. Derek Ball, an amazing entrepreneur who started a company called Tint that is now over 25 billion page views, sees about 1/3 of all the people on the web worldwide. Fastest growing web analytics company worldwide, a really exciting company. We're also investors there.
Very cool. So, of course, you had the opportunity, and certainly I saw a little bit of the activity happening at your offices today. Are there any other companies that have got on your radar, or any particular trends that are coming out of parts of Canada that are making you go, better watch out for those guys as well?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I mean, out of the forest fire that has been this recession, there are some amazing companies that have become out the other side, very resilient. So you go east to west, and these aren't companies we're invested in, but just to give them some props. So companies like Radiant 6, out in New Brunswick are just kicking ass. Beyond the Rack, Vantrix in Montreal. There's been some great companies that the Extreme Ventures guys have backed in Toronto, like Bump Top that Google bought. In your hood, Smart's the single largest tech IPO in North America. No one knows Dave and Nancy started that company in like a little strip mall. I mean, there's some really exciting things happening there. And there's another company in Toronto I'm looking at right now. I'm not going to say what it is because then all my competition will get in on that. But yes, not happening. But yes, there's some great companies out there, and we're really excited about what's happening.
So let me ask you this, Chris. When we were at the Uptake and Peekaboo offices today, my first interview was with Yin Lee, and we actually did the interview on, I think...
Yin Lee and I went to college together, played poker late at night. Don't believe a damn thing he says.
Okay, well, we actually conducted the interview.
Is that where you're going? No, okay.
So anyways, what he really said, no, actually the story was that the interview we conducted, we actually sat on this couch that he'd had from, I think, for his first move into the valley, it's somewhat symbolic of the, I'm not going to say so much rags to riches, but the don't forget where you've come from, type of thing. So what's a valuable lesson for you that perhaps at your most challenging moment where you're like, I don't know if I can do this, is now like that was the moment that became the defining moment?
For me, one of Canada's best entrepreneurs is a guy named Terry Matthews, who's the only entrepreneur I know in North America who started 2 companies that have been to over $1 billion in revenue, Mitel and Newbridge Networks. And I was telling Terry, we should really invest in this company. It's a great company called March Networks. It's a public company on the Toronto Stock Exchange, but back then it was just this little company. And Terry looked at me and goes, I don't know. No, I said, Terry, really, we got to invest in this company. It's a great company. And he reaches into his back pocket, he pulls his wallet out, slams it on the desk. And I'm like 24 years old at the time. He says, there's mine, where's yours? And the moment for me, it's all about, hey, it didn't matter that I could only write like $1,000 check. The fact was that we were all aligned, and we were all in this together. And, entrepreneurship's hard. Building companies is really hard. And I think finding people that are really motivated to do the impossible and work together and get everyone aligned to it's really critical. And we're seeing a lot of that in Canadian companies right now. It's awesome.
Chris, thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. I've been here with Chris Albinson of Panorama Capital. We are here at 48 Hours in the Valley talking to members of the C100. I'm Michelle Sklar with Tech Vibes.